The scene shifts to the office of the Hunters Association in America. Norma and Michael apologize for failing to convince the hunter, Jin-Woo. The man in front of you is named David, and he is the director. He asked them to explain what happened in Korea. So Michael spoke and said, according to Miss Norma's observation, the hunter Jin-Woo is one of the monarchs. This news shocked David, and he asked, do you mean he's of international rank? Norma told him that the situation with that hunter is complicated. Usually, awakened individuals gain their power from a place they call the other side. The amount of this power varies from person to person, and it appears as a shining light within them. These people are called monarchs. But as for Jin-Woo, she found nothing inside him but darkness. This means that he is the shadow monarch himself, not just someone drawing power from that side. David asked her, do you mean that evil controls that hunter? She replied passionately, I'm not discussing with you whether he's good or evil. I'm talking about the source of his power. The hunter doesn't get his power from anyone, because the source of that power exists within him. Michael continued saying, so that means he has no limits. Norma confirmed that. David thanked her for the clarification and left the office. Michael asked him, where are you going, director? He replied, I'm heading to floor 24B, follow me. The two men walked toward the elevator. They entered and the elevator started moving down. The director was frustrated because they failed to recruit Jin-Woo. But he doesn't intend to give up. He will try to entice him by every possible means. Then he asked him, do you remember the first S-rank gate that appeared here? Michael replied, of course, it destroyed the western part of the country. How could I forget it? At that time, we gathered the strongest hunters and spent huge amounts of money to recruit them, but only 5 survived. And that was the first time the international ranking appeared. Those 5 received the international rank because they succeeded in defeating the Dragon Kamish, who had killed a large number of powerful hunters. They entered a long corridor. The director told him, did you know that monster left behind a gift? He opened the door and they entered. Michael was stunned when he saw what was inside. This magical artifact was taken from the corpse of the Dragon Kamish. 8 years have passed, and no one has appeared who can withstand its power and use it as a weapon. That's why it's kept here until someone capable of wielding it appears, and they also keep the dragon skeleton there. The scene shifts to Korea. Jin-Woo took a shower, stood in front of the mirror, and said to himself, I've gotten taller after waking up, but I don't think I'm handsome. He looked closely at his face and said, I'm just very ordinary, there's nothing attractive about me. Then he left the bathroom and asked his sister what she thought of him. She didn't understand what he meant, so he told her, how do I look to you as a man? Am I handsome? She replied, and where did you get that confidence from? You look like a loser. He thanked her in his own way. She tried to kick him to push him away, so he told her, my body is S-rank, you idiot, you'll break your leg. Then he told her that he was going to establish his own guild. She replied, amazing, now people will call you president. He answered, yes, if everything goes the way I want. And he asked her what she thought of the name Soloply. She mocked the name and told him, you fight with your soldiers, so you're not alone. And indeed, Jin-Woo was convinced by what she said and started thinking of another name, so she suggested the name Ajin, which means, I move forward. She told him that this name is similar to hers, but written in reverse. She asked him, what do you think? He said that it's an acceptable name. The scene shifts to Ha-In's house. As usual, she couldn't sleep because she was thinking about Jin-Woo. She was thinking about what she had said in the training hall. She thought that Jin-Woo would think she was crazy. Then she said that he saved her life, so it's normal for her to feel this way about him. But immediately, she took back her words and said that this wasn't a valid excuse, and that if it weren't for Byung's healing ability, she wouldn't have survived. At that moment, she remembered an incident that seemed like a dream. When she was unconscious, she saw herself in a dark place. Suddenly, a shadow grabbed her and pulled her toward it. It was the shadow of the hunter Byung, and he asked her to tell Jin-Woo to be careful. As soon as she remembered that, she felt fear and confusion. She doesn't understand what Byung meant or what she should be wary of.